What's up, everybody? It's your boy L Slack, and you're watching the Vulgar Uplander. I'm in my car again. It's Sunday. Just got done watching the Hyde Park Ninja stream. If you just caught that, I proposed a little bet to see who can mint out first. And if we don't mint out, either one of us don't mint out completely. I guess it would have to be both of us don't mint out. Whoever has the higher percentage, not including FSA, the losers has to put their home address at a rival at the winner's node. So if I lose, if Granada Hills doesn't mint out before Hyde Park, I have to set my home address at one of my Hyde Park addresses. And if the Ninjas Hyde Park doesn't mint out first, then they have to set their home address to a Granada Hills address. So I'm very excited about this little challenge. So that means we really got to get to work, man. We gotta mint the shit out of Granada Hills. We got to beat them dirty ninjas. We can't let them, try to creep up on our business over here. And we must destroy them, destroy and dismantle. So yeah, if you haven't bought in Granada Hills yet, you need to get after it. If you have bought in Granada Hills and you want to increase your holdings, now's the time more than ever. I'm gonna come up with some sort of minting challenge, probably now that there's a little bit on the line here. Maybe I'll see if James UK wants to join forces and come up with the minting challenge. I haven't talked to him about this yet, so sorry to put you on the spot, but we will. I'm going to reach out to you probably tonight. Well, technically, maybe this is my reach out, but if you want to see if we can put something together for a minting challenge, let's do it. Let's get Granada Hills minted out. Also, I'm in talks with a couple different folks about some racing stuff. Hyde Park Ninjas talked. We're in talks about setting up a triple threat little tournament thing. Not a lot of details to share with that yet, but we are hashing out some details, and we're gonna have something pretty cool that we're gonna do, I think. So stay tuned for that. At some point when we have more details, we'll share that stuff out about what our plans are for our triple threat event. So I got another event I'm working on exclusively with the Vulgar Speedway. We're going to be running a cool series on the Vulgar Speedway coming up real soon. So if you haven't got your properties up, and I don't have a lot of details to share about that yet. That's also in the beginning stages of development, but we should have something relatively soon because we're looking to try to get that going by the next season. So that's our plan, at least. Yeah, and when I got more details on that, I will share that as well. But I told you I was going to be working on some stuff. We are. It just worked out that, some people reached out to me and we have similar interests. So it's actually really coming together very nicely. Very excited about that. Yeah, so I'll have some more details on that, but just know we got a couple things coming very, very soon to get excited about. So if you own property on the Vulgar Speedway, get your properties up and minted, and you can't mint anything on the Vulgar Speedway, but there are a couple properties for sale you could purchase. If you want to get in on the Vulgar Speedway, you can join the ownership group. Hit me up if you're interested. If you own property, we also have our trackside walls that we're giving out for 1 UpX each. for all Vulgar Speedway owners. Get those up on the racetrack so that way we can make the racetrack look like the most badass fucking track in all of Upland. And then you can also get your name just by putting these up to win up to 100,000 UPIX for participating, putting those walls up and having some property, having some buildings up on your properties as well. Will give you different multipliers to increase your earnings of UPIX that we're going to be starting in January. So there's a lot going on for the Vulgar Speedway. It's exciting times. Again, we just recently got sanctioned by the URL. I submitted our bid to be in the next series, so I don't know the likelihood of that happening, but I'm going to keep pushing this. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get us going and doing something cool with the Speedway and these other events we got going on. What else we got? December 6th, LA locks. So if you haven't minted in LA, more specifically Granada Hills, you're going to have until December 6th to get your properties minted. Otherwise, you won't be able to mint anymore. So, like I said, I'm going to reach out to James UK. We're going to talk about some sort of minting, see if we can do something with some minting incentive. And then if I have to, I'll come up with something. Not if I have to, but like, you know, James UK's got too much going on or whatever. Like I said, I haven't talked to him about it. So, no obligation, Metaverse Melon. No obligation at all. I'm just spitballing here as I tend to do. So yeah, if you got too much going on or you're busy or, you know, for whatever reason you can't make it happen, no worries, I'll come up with something. That is no sweat at all. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I definitely don't want to send my home address to Hyde Park. I'm a loyal Granada Hillian, so that's my home in Upland. Yeah, even if they were to come out with a Salem, Oregon in Upland, you know, I would still have my home address for Granada Hills. The only way that would ever change, and it is likely to never happen because I grew up in such a small town, is if Tillamook, Oregon, happened to hit the Upland, then I might be compelled to switch. But I don't foresee that ever happening because they would have to basically have the entire United States in Upland, like every city and town and all of that for that to happen, because it's only 4,000 people. It's very, very small. It's not even, the only way people know anything about Tillamook is if you've ever heard of Tillamook cheese. That's made in Tillamook. That's all we're known for, being a coastal community and making cheese. So if that somehow was to get on the map, then maybe I'd be compelled, but that's still a maybe. I've put a lot of work into Granada Hills, not nearly as much as Metaverse Melon, but as much as I can with the size of my account. You know, I've been going hard in the paint, you know, Granada Hills. So that's gonna be my spot. That's my space. I've staked my claim there, so I'm not going anywhere. What else do we got? I really just wanted to get on mostly and just talk about minting out Granada Hills and making that happen, and just let you guys know that there will be some sort of incentive for minting out Granada Hills. What it looks like right now, I don't know. I just made this bet on the fly while I was driving to work, sitting in their chat, watching their live stream. So, you know, I don't really think too far ahead. Oftentimes, I just kind of do and make happen. So that's kind of the way I like to live my life a little bit. Fly by the seat of my pants. I think that's fun. I mean, it's really raining out here. It's coming down. What else? What else we got here? We had Kid Madman on the other day. That was cool. I look forward to doing more work with him, and with these events, I'm hoping that I'm going to be using the app that he's been making exclusively, I think, for getting my notifications out, and I'm going to try pushing people to go to the app and see what we got going on. If that seems to make sense, that's the way I'm going to go, because I really like that app. I really think it's a really cool resource and tool. So my plan will be to be using that app for the Vulgar Speedway goings on. So I will be linking out to that. I just got to figure out how to do it. I've dabbled with it a little bit. I own my track in his app now, and I'm going to post some events in there. I dabbled a little bit with setting up an event, just to see what it looked like. And so when I do, the triple threat stuff, when we have the other thing I'm working on the Vulgar Speedway, I'm gonna, like, 99% sure I'm gonna be using that platform to promote that stuff. So when we're looking for it, and I'll link it out to Discord too, because it'll just have all the information you need in there. It's gonna tell you where, when, basically where and when, what car we're using, all the pertinent information that you're going to need, and it's just going to show up in upcoming. I'll have those all planned out in there, so you can see the upcoming races and the time. I'm going to have the current races whenever I want to go do just something for fun. I'm going to post in there. Cape Madman, essentially said to me, is like, for now, because it doesn't make sense for him to have it with everybody, because it would be too expensive for him, like he said on our show. But if it's just an app that we can use to get all the Vulgar Speedway stuff out, that will be a really, really valuable asset. Something that nobody else, I think, probably has, would have their own kind of, I'm not saying it's dedicated directly or specifically for me, but I think myself and the Vulgar Speedway are going to be its first, use case, like real actual use case that we're going to be using it and getting our events out in it, so you guys can see where things are going and what things are going on. It's going to be really cool. And then, if that goes well, which I'm certain it will based on what I've been tinkering with on there already, my hope is that I can find a way to compensate Cape Madman. It would be my hope, even if it's just UpX. I know he's got a lot of property on the Vulgar Speedway. Hey, you stop that screen! Don't you ever go black on me. He's got a lot of property on the Vulgar Speedway, and now he's got this app. Now I know he didn't make it for me, but being that I'm going to use it exclusively for that, and I think he's gonna be a big part of growing the Vulgar Speedway and all the things we got going on with that. So I do want to make sure that his time and effort is compensated, and he's well thanked. So if when that starts rolling out, if you like how it's looking and how it's going, please make a donation or something. We'll set something up so you can make donations to Cape Madman for staying up on the app and helping me grow the Vulgar Speedway. So that is that's just one thing. I mean, I can't talk about the Vulgar Speedway without mentioning Swarley as well. He's been a massive help, with his generosity and his giveaways, building the race walls. I know that the Vulgar Speedway isn't the only track that he's doing that for, but I just got chai on my hand. But it's the one that we talked about first, and the one he's dedicated to making sure and helping get all those walls on the track. uh, for, like one UPX. And hopefully that pans out long term for him, so other racetracks will want to have his asset on their track, and we can be a really great marketing tool for him and his UGC content creation. So yeah, and then he's fronting the bill on the giveaway for the racetrack walls. I mean, he's the mastermind behind that whole thing. So I can't thank him enough for the contribution, the effort that he's put in as well. So those two guys right there alone have just been phenomenal with getting the Boulder Speedway where it's at right now, where I think it's going to be in the future, setting it up to be one of the greatest tracks in all of Upland with kind of a dedicated app and walls made exclusively for the Boulder Speedway. Yeah, I don't know how I can thank those guys any more than I already have, but I'm gonna try. We need to set up some sort of donations or something. A little. I can't make a bank because I guess that's against the terms and conditions of Upland, but I don't know. I gotta think of something. To get them some kickback. So, anywho, yeah, those guys are awesome. What else do we got going on? I know that it's only Sunday, so maybe some more information will come out tomorrow. We got some charging stations that came out. I made that video, and it didn't upload until way later in the day. So I was talking about, hey, I think these are going to be, charging stations, and then of course they were. But if you watch the video, I told you the time I recorded it. So anyway, I think I still get credit for that, right? But I mean, it's not like you could tell that that's the direction it was going to go anyway. So it's not like I'm Nostradamus or some shit. I'm not that damn smart. Yeah, so charging stations, I do think that's probably a cumbersome process. I haven't done it yet, and I probably will. I'll probably do it on video one of these days. Maybe Friday. That's the day after Thanksgiving, so we'll see. It's Black Friday. We'll see. We'll see what that looks like. Yeah, so I want to go like on a road trip across America with one of my vehicles, probably my truck, and just see how cumbersome that process really is. Because I feel like it's going to be more of a pain in the ass than just traveling normally. I mean, before, it was the easiest thing in the world. You just say, hey, click here, go there, set it overnight, so that way if I want to go from like LA to Miami or something, I'll just set the car to go there, and I tell it to go, and I go to sleep and wake up, and a couple hours after I wake up, it's there. So that was easy and nice. But now you gotta like stop at all these charging stations and charge up, and there's no way to go very far, I don't think, without needing to charge. So it might be kind of a challenge. I mean, technically it's still free, which is cool if you don't want to spend money. I don't know if I want to deal with it, is the thing. So now if I could just have then maybe you can do this. I'm gonna have to check. I haven't fucked with it, not one iota. If I can just stake Sparklet on my vehicle and it kind of just stays there, and then if I have to stop at one of those charging stations to recharge, if it just automatically does that, like say I want to go from LA to Miami, and along the way it says, hey, at this point you're going to have to hit a charging station, and it automatically diverts me there, and then charges, and then sends me on to the next leg of that, I think that would be totally fine. it has to charge at every one of those charging stations. I wouldn't care about that. It'd probably take a little bit longer. Um, but if, as long as I didn't have to like manually do it every single time, that would still be okay. That wouldn't bother me too much. Um, the part where I think it's gonna stop, and then I have to like manually do something to tell it to charge back up. I think that part is gonna be really annoying. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping I can just set it up to just go, and then it'll automatically stop. But I don't think that's gonna be the case. Maybe it will when Upland does their simplified travel, because that will be kind of like how they're going to do it for, like the paid travel, where it kind of just tells you your stops and how long it's going to be and where you're going to need to go, and you say okay. If they can do that for private travel, that would be great. Kind of like what I'm talking about right now. So I will test that out on probably my next Friday stream or whatever. I feel like I got a pinch on my hand or something. It could be from my cat. We got this little kitten that we brought back from the dead, and now it's a lively little bastard, and it likes to wrestle all the time. And it's like scratching the shit out of my hand. I think it cut me in the finger, because now my finger hurts. Anyway, I got a little kitty scratch. Anywho, what else? What else do we got for Upland? I don't know. Mint, Granada Hills. Damn it. We gotta beat those ninjas. We gotta get minted out ASAP. I'm gonna be dedicating all of my upicks to minting out Granada Hills from this point on. Which I don't have a lot. I don't generate a lot either. At least not yet, but I will be dedicating all of it to minting out Granada Hills between now and December 6th. So, if you guys got any cool ideas for like a minting challenge or whatever, or some incentives for minting, let me know, and we will, or I will, or some of that will come up with something to make it worth your while. Not only are you going to get a great value when they lock it out in the secondary market starts to shoot up, you're going to be part of a badass node doing fucking cool shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even at some point, I plan on doing a Granada Hills only kind of race event. There was a little bit of scuttlebutt. I can't remember who I was talking to exactly right at this moment. It's saved in my chats. Me and another player were talking about doing some kind of Granada Hills specific event where it's like you race the 3 tracks, or is it 4 now? 1, 2, 3. It might be 3 or 4 tracks in Granada Hills. It might have been a Vasquez. I'll have to double check. We had 3 or 4 tracks in Granada Hills. We might be talking about doing like I don't know, some sort of Granada Hills event for Granada Hillians and racing on the 4 tracks that we have in Granada Hills. So I don't know what that looks like yet. There was just flirting with the idea of maybe doing something, which I think would be cool. And again, I'll push all that through the app. So that would be really cool. So that way you guys have like a one-stop shop to see all the things going on and all the information going on for the Vulgar Speedway and whatever other kind of partnered events that I got going on. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then all you got to do is post one link to the app, and you can go see all the information there, and you can look at it on your phone, and it'll be a wonderful little addition. So I can't wait start actually going live with that. So I gotta harass Cape Madman and see what kind of other things we can do with that, because I got some other ideas now that I kind of got these 2 other things in the works, maybe a 3rd thing that we're flirting with in the works. So yeah, just a matter of time. Just a matter of time before we do something fucking really badass and we're off to the races, no pun intended. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I think that'll do it for this little drive to work. You know what I'm saying? Uh, if if you haven't put your walls up yet on the Boulder Speedway, get it done, because we got some racing coming to town. Oh, I do want to talk about my kart series that I'm in. Next week is the finals, next Friday. I'm currently sitting in 2nd place, only out of 1st place by 2 points. 1990s got a 2-point lead on me. I've been gaining a lot of traction the last 2 weeks. The first week, I think I was 3rd. I finished in 3rd overall. And then week 2, I won both my heats, or both my races in that one, which was a big bump in my points. And then this last week, I had a 1st and a 2nd finish. So this next week, if I want to beat 1990, I think I'm gonna have to pull out 2 first-place finishes, which is not going to be easy. Either that, or I got to pull out a 1st, and he's got to get like a, if he gets 2nd, and then if I get 2nd in 1, he's got to be like 3rd or 4th or something like that, which is not likely. He hasn't finished outside of 2nd place in 1 race yet, so I got my work cut out for me. I'm going to have to find a way to get ahead of him and stay ahead of him throughout the entire race. So it's going to be a hard fight, to be honest with you. So I look forward to that this Friday. We do that at 3 o'clock Upland time. I think Jah Rashad was live streaming the last one, so I would anticipate he'll do the same thing. So if you want to check that out, that's the Fast Track Community, FTC. If you're not subscribed to them, you should be. I think I haven't followed them much up until recently. I think they're a newer group, but they're doing some cool stuff over there. We're in the amateur kart series. So after this, I'll be an amateur no more for kart racing. Now, every other racing, I am not good at all. And it just so happens that I've gotten fairly decent at the Hyde Park Mile, so that's been working out well. But if I'm gonna be honest, the rest of racing I'm not so good at. But we'll see how it goes. Racing against other top players is not going to be something I'm going to be very successful at right away. So I am excited to try it though and get after it and do some bigger racing. So, but yeah, the finals for the amateur kart series is this Friday at 3 o'clock Upland time. Check that out and let's see if I can win the whole shebango or not. So I'm pretty confident in my racing. I think I can pull off 2 first place finishes. I was really close to getting 2 first place finishes again this week, but 1990 held me off on the first race, and I was able to overcome him on the second. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So check it out. Yeah, so that's all I got for now. A lot of racing stuff going on right now. Hopefully that's up your guys' alley. If not, just own some property and you can reap the benefits of all the cool racing stuff. Put those race walls up, like build structures on your properties. If you got properties near the Vulgar Speedway, build properties there too, because you can see a lot of those properties in the foreground, which is pretty neat. If you go race the Vulgar Speedway and you're looking on there, you can see the ones on the inside. of the track. You can see the ones on the outside of the track, and it goes for a decent ways too. So the more we can build up the whole area on and around the track, only makes it that much cooler. So I would love your support. So, but if nothing else, go out there and mint Granada Hills before December 6th, because after December 6th, it's going to get locked down, and you will not be able to mint for at least a year. And Granada Hills is only going to be getting better between now and then. So, more than likely, after December 6th, you can see Granada Hills property values start climbing, as you know, there may or may not be demand for certain nodes. Ooh, I just got flashed. That must mean there's a cop up here or something. I think that's what the multi-flash, that universal sign for, hey, watch out, there's something ahead. Typically a cop. So if you didn't know that, if you flash your blinkers, or not blinkers, your brights at somebody, usually that means that there's something up here to watch out for. So probably a copper, a kappa. Yeah. And there's little geese and chickens everywhere. I think a goose got loose. There's a goose on the loose. It was on the wrong side of the street. Anywho, yeah, that's all I got for today, folks. I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna tell this video to upload on the old YouTubes once I get back in a good service area. Yeah, I'll go into work and I'll just tell it to upload while I go into work. So that'll be cool. But yeah, I will check you all very soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Go mint Granada Hills. Go put your race walls up. Yeah, go build your structures. Let's fucking go. All right. And until I talk to you guys again later, peace.